Hey, I wanted to hop on here and talk again about Alberta separatism and just why it's a stupid idea in general. Because it really seems like it has momentum, and it seems like the attractor state of things is going towards this just because Alberta has a whole babble of fucking redneck retards. So yeah, and if any of you guys are watching, seriously go fuck yourselves. I mean, you've endangered the entire country by playing with this fascist asshole, this Hitlerite. Um, so seriously, go fuck yourself and grow some compassion and then do some work, do some healing, do something to support our cause, and then come back to us and apologize, and maybe we'll be humble. But anyway, if you're like a normal Calgarian and you're not like super far down some weird conservative rabbit hole, but you're just like somewhat in the conservative movement, like most Calgarians are, the separation is not going to work. Let me ask you a question. In a time where Donald Trump is literally destroying his own country, literally other spying agencies have said that what the US is doing to itself is essentially how they would sabotage a foreign country. So if you think about that, if you think about the fact that the US is on track to become a second world country due to all these horrible policies, all this big beautiful bill bullshit, the ICE bullshit. I mean, like, no one, even if a Republican gets out, here's the thing, and somehow a Democrat wins and this empire turns, is somehow we're liberated from this empire, people aren't going to trust them again. They're not going to do deals with them again. So why would you want an independent Alberta? Because and we've seen this, they've met with US officials 3 times over the last, I don't know how, over the last many months, but I believe around 1 year. So we know they're cutting deals. We know that they want this whole thing of like oil subverting the BC coast and going down into the United States and getting it through there, which that just gives the US more power, and it doesn't seem like the United States care about not doing imperialism. So just, if you actually think you're going to have an independent Alberta, you're pretty fucking stupid, because the US is just going to invade your country like immediately. Like, and if you think you have a deal with them, you're wrong. And if you seriously think Trump or any of the current members of this far-right administration, fascist administration, are going to capitulate to this tiny little place called the Republic of Alberta, you lost and you need to find your way back. I'm not an elbows up like liberal. I'm a fucking hardcore leftist. I don't fuck with any of this shit. But I do. I at the same time, I do think there's a difference between conservatism and liberalism. I mean, although they are friends, conservatism just obviously, I think in the context, at least of this province, is just so much more destructive. On the other hand, we could align with China as a united Canada, which at this point seems like a really fucking smart thing to do. I mean, we're already going to get BYD electric cars, so there's already going to be competition to hopefully drive down the Teslas, drive them out of here, get them out, we don't want them. And like, we're going to get their goods there, and they're really good at infrastructure and immediately updating technologies and implementing them. So I think we're going to get to the future faster. No, I'm just done with Alberta. Like, it's honestly just like one dumb thing after another, and no one wants to fact check. No one wants to see if this is actually true. If what they're angry about actually has any meaning to it, or if they just got whipped up into a frenzy. Like, and if you talk to these people, they barely care about like the economy, it seems sometimes, which is weird. Like, their big claim is about like the economy and oil and shit, but a lot of these people will just start talking about like communism or transgenders and shit. So just completely uneducated. And if you're actually thinking about voting yes, I want you to think about what that actually means, and if you actually think the United States would play nice with your little independent state. So I think that's all I have to say. Just Alberta separatists, go fuck yourself, and like power to anyone fighting this fascist bullshit.